Well, thank you all for allowing me to be with you tonight. This is unbelievable. I mean, I have been to a lot of youth football banquets in my life. I have never seen anything like this. So thank you to the community. This is incredible. And I'd like to echo another thank you to the adults, to the parents, to the coaches, everybody who makes these events and the experiences that the kids have possible. I just became a father 3 months ago for the first time, and thank you. And he's a son. It's a son, so he might be playing football around here sometime soon. But in any event, I think you can always appreciate as a kid. You really appreciate it when you have a son of your own. To understand what the sacrifice really is that you all make. So thank you for that. Thank you for continuing to do that. And I would echo the words earlier. Please pay it forward as often as you can. A big congratulations as well to the scholars. You make the city of Wadsworth, you make Northeast Ohio incredibly proud. You have earned the right to be scholars. And congratulations, and I can't wait to follow your lives and your careers as you move on to college and the like. So real briefly, I had the good fortune of playing for one of my heroes, Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel is a phenomenal guy, and he had something called the Winner's Manual that he passed out every season as we approach training camp. And the Winner's Manual, it's not a football book necessarily, but it's about how do you succeed in life and as a team. And there were fundamentals for winners, just qualities that any individual and team would have that would ultimately make them successful. And I want to share kind of 3 of them with you briefly that I think certainly applied to my time at Ohio State and hopefully to the kids here who are going through this process. So number 1 is perseverance. My rookie year in the NFL, I was drafted in the first round by the Indianapolis Colts. I was a wide receiver. Peyton Manning was the quarterback. What could go wrong, right? I mean, just unbelievable luck there. What nobody told me was that I was replacing his best friend, a guy named Brandon Stokely. So when I got there, I could literally do nothing right. I didn't run the routes like Stokely, didn't catch like Stokely. Stokely had way better hair than I did, and he was an unbelievable golfer, and I had never played in my life. So Peyton and I did not get off on a very sound footing, to say the least. Some would say he didn't like me. But it was kind of going through that process, and it took really an injury to a guy named Marvin Harrison, who just went to the Hall of Fame, I think 2 years ago, for he and I to develop a true bond and a trust that is really only possible in sports in many ways. Marvin was injured. We needed to really turn our season around, and I sat down with him. I said, look, I know we got off on a horrible foot. I know that things aren't going well, but you can trust me. You can count on me, and I will get the job done for you. And he could see it in my eyes, he could hear it in my voice, but most importantly, he could see it in my actions. And from that day forward, we ended up winning the rest of our games that season. We set an NFL record for most consecutive 12-win seasons, which the Patriots have now beat. But that, I think, is a testament to kind of the perseverance that you learn in football at any level. Number 2 is gratitude. And this is important. It gets back to what I said earlier. To the players, I will tell you, one of the wonderful things about playing pro football is you get to experience meeting and playing with people from all over the country. So I've played with people who went to Notre Dame and USC and all these great programs and grew up in wonderful environments, football environments. But I will tell you for sure, you will never convince me otherwise, there is nothing like playing football in Northeast Ohio. It doesn't exist anywhere. This room, the passion of the people in this room, that live auction, the amount of money you're going to raise, the commitment that the community has to the game of football and to sports in general, that is unique to Northeast Ohio. So the players in this room, I hope you always understand just how fortunate you are to be a child here in Northeast Ohio, playing the great game of football, playing the wonderful sports that we have. And so please always be gracious. And then number 3 is team. I think this is probably most applicable to life outside of football. Everything you do from here on out will be done in a team setting. And the beauty of football to me, it's not winning state championships. It's not necessarily playing against Michigan, which is always good, especially when you always beat them. But it's really about those conversations that you can't get anywhere else. It's about sitting down with a Reggie Wayne who grew up poor in New Orleans in as difficult a situation as is imaginable, and coming together and playing with a Peyton Manning who grew up on the other side of the tracks, also in New Orleans, and Adam Vinatieri who grew up on a moose farm in North Dakota. Coming together with those groups of people from all walks of life, achieving meaningful, incredible outcomes in a team setting. There's nothing quite like sports to forge that. So perseverance, gratitude, and team. And lastly, what I will say is good luck to those who are fortunate enough to be playing right now. This is the best time of the year. The fall is about to start. I know training camp's about to kick off, so I can't wait to follow you all. And thank you for the opportunity to be here. And now if you'd stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody.